Hello and welcome to Crack the Sky. Today we're looking at our top 5 ASX Exchange Traded Funds. This is our daily horizon view and the date is the 15th of the 3rd, 2019. Our bit of a look-see at the overall market, down 0.35%. Closed out at 62.65 if I can speak properly. Industrials, real estate, utilities, energy all had a bump. Materials got a fair whack on the downside, so follows the silver, copper, gold, platinum all down a bit, mixed for crude oil and other oil-related commodities. Moving on. So our top 5 percentage rises for the day. We had China New with 2.85%. Just a refresher, China New is the VanEck Vector's China New Economy. So that's tracking the new economy type stocks in China, followed up by Rent. Rent's the AMP Capital Global Property Security Fund, invests in global listed real estate securities. Then we had CETF, which is the VanEck Vector's China AMC CSI 300 ETF, which is a mouthful, and that one tracks the largest and most liquid stocks in the China A share market. Up after that, we had MVA. MVA is the VanEck Vector's Australian Property ETF. So that one tracks the returns on the market for that Australian REITs, so that has the top 11 property funds in it. Good one for income if you're chasing income. Up after that, we had UBE. UBE is the UBS IQ MSCI Europe Ethical ETF. So that one tracks companies that they assess to be ethical on the MSCI Europe Index, and that excludes tobacco and controversial weapons. Moving on. Have a look at our top 5 percentage falls for the day. Our major faller today was GDX with 1.6% down. GDX is the VanEck Global Gold Miners ETF, followed up by another gold miners tracker ETF with NMRS. NMRS is the BetaShares Global Gold Miners ETF. That's a currency hedged one. Up after that, we had the IRJ, which is the iShares S&P Small Cap. So that one tracks the small cap part of the S&P market. Then we had ETP MAG, and that tracks the physical silver, and that one's backed by physical silver and HSBC Bank in the United States. The following one, the last one on our top 5 percentage falls, was Cure. So Cure tracks the S&P Biotech Index. So predominantly commodities in the top 5 for falls today, which is to be expected, seeing as all the other commodities were down. We had our top 5 dollar rises. They were a bit of a surprise. We had ETP PMPD, which is the physical palladium ETF. Didn't really expect that one to be one of the top dollar rises, but there you go. Learning something every time. Followed up by IAA. IAA is the iShares Asia 50 ETF, so looking at the top 50 companies in Asia. VAP, which is the Vanguard Australia Property Securities Index. That's a good one if you're looking for income. That pays out 4 times a year. VAE, which is the Vanguard FTSE Asia ex-Japan Shares Index. So if you're looking for exposure, excluding Japan. IKO is the iShares MSCI South Korea ETF. So that just tracks the major shares traded on the Korean Stock Exchange. On to the top dollar falls. We had, looks like an America theme, plus you got your metals and miners down. So we had IRJ. IRJ is the iShares S&P Small Cap 600. Then we had IVV, which is quite a popular ETF. That's the iShares S&P 500. Then we had the State Street Spider version of the S&P 500 ETF. So that was down as well. Then we had GDX, which is the VanEck Vectors Gold Miners ETF, if you're looking to invest in gold. And then we had ATP MPM, which is a bit of a mouthful, but that's our ETF that tracks physical precious metals. So there's a basket. I'm not entirely sure what's in that basket, but apparently there is a basket. And that basket's kept in the HSBC Bank in the US of A. So looking at our top 5 number of trades. So as always, we're expecting to see the bigger end of town, which pretty much is represented here. So our ETF today with the greatest number of trades was AAA, which is the BetaShares Australia High Interest Cash ETF. And that one saw 239 trades. Obviously people moving in and moving out of cash. So that one pays about 2% every month as a return. VAS, which is our Vanguard Australia Share Index, and that one tracks the S&P ASX 300. That's quite a popular ETF. VTS is another Vanguard fund. That's the US Total Market Share Index. So pretty much, if you've got that, you've got the whole US market. So that's a good one for just a bucket trade. And then up after that, we had our State Street Spider S&P ASX 200 fund, followed up by IVV. IVV was in one of our top falls today because of the American story, but there's quite a few trades that one gone through as well. So that was just iShares S&P 500 ETF. Top 5 for volume. Once again, we're expecting to see some usual suspects. A little bit of a mix of different stocks on the volume side today. We had HACK, which is a BetaShares Global Cybersecurity ETF. Up after that, we had AAA, which was a big feature in the volume side of things. So, sorry, the number of trade side of things. So you expect that to see in the volume as well because of a high number of trades. Then we had USD, which is our ETF from BetaShares that tracks the US dollar, if I can speak correctly. After that, we had FAIR, and FAIR's the iShares Australia Sustainability Leaders ETF. So that one's like a quasi-ethical ETF. So if you're looking for companies that are more ethical than others. That's an interesting one for you possibly to look at. After that, we had VAS, as mentioned before. That's our Vanguard Australia share index. So that one tracks the top 300 if you're looking for some good yield plus a stock that tracks a little bit different basket of stocks as opposed to all the other ETFs that track the ASX top 200. That's a good option. Top 5 for value today. Really, it was a bit of a quiet day. There wasn't really a lot of volume or value go through. VAS was our top with value for $3.6 million traded, followed up closely by IVV and AAA. Then we had, up after that, we had SPY and then VGS. So VGS is the Vanguard MSCI Index International Shares ETF. So that tracks the returns on the MSCI World ex-Australia Index. So if you're looking for exposure to all world market, excluding Australia, that might be one worth looking at. But yeah, definitely a low day value-wise and volume and trade number of trades as well. Definitely here to educate people, so always do additional research and get additional advice before we do anything, we trade or whatnot. So we're here to crack your financial sky, and that's done through education, talking and just building people's confidence. So if you like these videos, give us a like. And if you like the channel and what I'm doing, subscription will be great. Then you'll know what the videos are coming up when I release them, or if there's a premiere or something like that. Anyway, thank you.